Week one was a wake-up call, learning the expectations and tempo of the class.
Let's go!
Seeing the first few days go by, I kind of got in a rhythm and was like, okay, just one breath at a time, make it to lunch, make it to the end of the day, and just take it step by step instead of trying to be overwhelmed by the whole process.
Up! One, sir! Three, sir! Up! Four, sir!
Once we figured it out, I remember for me personally, I was kind of like, this isn't going to change, this is how it's going to be. So I kind of just stuck to it, kind of just figured out what would make me most comfortable, being uncomfortable.
That's what I want to see! Down! Put it on, sir! Go! Move it!
No matter how tired you are, no matter how ridiculous you think that whatever they tell you to do is or anything, how hard it is, you just do it.
Put it in the box.
Not clear!
It's pretty competitive. Even with cadets in the class, you want to be the best. And there's no room in the cadet class for people who are just going to try and see how it goes. It's got to be all out, all or nothing.
You understand what we're trying to say? Understood?
Once you have reached that space,
it's a completely different animal when you're talking about it versus actually doing it, because everyone thinks, oh, I can do that, but then you do it hands-on and it's just tough.
So the conditions needed are the presence of void spaces, because not all houses have those attics. Some houses actually have. No. Most of it will just be easy, okay? All right, you guys ready?
Down to the handle.
Switch this over, okay? We got the decompression switch here.
Right, so that when you go to restart it, it's fresh and new.
I grab one, grab the other, and then I'm ready for the next step, okay?
I mean, I think this program is very intense, but it trains you well, and this really dives deep into everything and gives you a lot more knowledge.
And then, I mean, just surprising stuff, like just going for runs through the sand dunes and all that stuff. And that took me by surprise. Like, you iron your uniform all night and you polish your boots, and then it's like 8 o'clock in the morning and you're covered in dirt. But it's part of it.
Definitely trying to get through some of the workouts has surprised me. There's definitely been days where I didn't think I could keep going.
It's been some good days, been some bad days. You know, all of us working together and to achieve one goal.
From the start till now, I think it really shows you how bad you want something. It's about how much you're willing to give up, how much you're willing to push forward, and how much you're willing to take just to make that what you want at the end successful.
I've heard a lot of stories about this academy heading into it, about how difficult it was physical-wise, and that's no joke. It was, I would say for me, that was the most hardest part as far as like the mental aspect of it, with all the yelling and screaming. It was kind of what I expected with that, but it was definitely more rigorous than I expected.
Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Oh. Oh, boy. Nope, look this way, Fernandez. Yep. It's Christmas. Shut it down.
Ready, begin.
So this has definitely been the most team-oriented environment I've ever had to participate in and function in. And I would say that finding that balance between learning when to step up and be a leader and think critically, and knowing when to step back, follow an order, largely without question, and in order to be a good team member and get the job done.
Every day was a challenge, and making it these 17 weeks, about to be 18, and make it to graduation, seeing where we started, seeing where we've come from, how we all grew essentially as a family, and now making it to the very end as still a family. I think that's the high point for me.
I think the moment that kind of sticks out for me the most was for the 9/11 tribute.
Sir! Andrew Desperino, sir! Sir, Ariel Palmer, sir! Sir!
Being able to do the 16 towers and be able to put my hand up on the plaque and kind of honor those, that came before me. That was big for me. This year's 20th anniversary was big to me because went to Iraq twice, so there's a lot, even though it's indirect to the fire service, there's still a lot of history personally.
Abraham Girardi, sir! Sir John Abraham, sir! Sir Thomas Haskell Jr., sir! Sir Dennis Gilbin, sir! Sir Chief Peter J. Gansing Jr., sir! Sir Fred C. Sheffield, sir! Sir Charles W. Garbarini, sir! Sir John!
That whole entire week, with the buildup of learning kind of more the ins and outs of everything that went on with the documentary and kind of how it relates, and then also the personal connection within AFR and the member who started the climb, and then actually going through that. Because I remember it back when I was in first grade when it happened, and it always stuck in my head. So getting to be more part of it and pay tribute was pretty amazing.
Sir Michael T. Weinberg, sir! Sir!
Highest moment, the 9/11 memorial. I think that kind of hit home. I know it did for me. And then from there, we were like, all right, it's time to go to work. It made every tower worth it.
97th Cadet Class, the 9/11 tribute!
Coming into ladder week, really I was just expecting to be able to be pushed to our limits and more. You're gonna have to just dig. You're gonna have to find a way to push past what you think your limits are.
But it was pretty difficult. You know, it's kind of just you just go somewhere different mentally. You know, you have to just push through and remember the reasons why you're doing what you're doing and why you're there.
So the most difficult part is you kind of get in your head a lot. And, you know, you hear people say it all the time. Most things are 90% mental, 10% physical, and it's really the case.
All of it was just kind of about proving to yourself, your peers, and your instructors kind of where you're at mentally.
Condensing difficulty to one single aspect of the academy is really difficult. When you're here for 18 weeks, for full days, going home with other tasks to prepare yourself for the next day, the individual difficulties bleed together into one very large hurdle.
Was fortunate enough to come back and go through probably one of the toughest academies, you know, in the country. So that should say something there. It's worth it. It is totally worth it.
Thank you.